Okay, dear students, in the previous class we are discussed about the reflection of light. ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಲೈಟ್ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಬಿದ್ದಾಗ ಸೊ ಯಾವ ಥರ ಬಿಹೇವ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ ಇಫ್ ದ ಲೈಟ್ ಫಾಲ್ಸ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬ್ಯಾಕ್. ಅಂದರೆ ಯಾವುದೋ ಒಂದು ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆಂಟ್ ಆದರೆ ಆ ಫಾಲ್ ಆದರೆ ಅದೇನಾಯಿತು ರಿಟರ್ನ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ. ಸೊ in case of whatever the reflection of light we are observed, or we can write the definition for that. What is the definition of this reflection of light? Here, reflection of light. Reflection of light. So, in the previous class we told that if the light will fall on any surface, this is a normal I am writing, okay, and here the ray is incidented, this is the incident ray, and it will return back, this is the reflected ray, this is the incident ray, and it is a reflected ray, and it is a normal. From the normal to the incident ray we are taken as the angle of incidence. From the normal to the reflected ray we are taken as the angle of reflection. Okay, now what is the reflection of light? Here, if the ray of light will fall on the any reflecting surface, it will return back in the same medium. Or you can say the reflection of light is the phenomenon of light in which if the ray of light will strike the surface, it will return back in the same path. So that we can write the ray of light, the ray of light which falls on a surface, after striking the surface, after striking the surface, it will bounce back, or you can say return back, bounce back or return back in the same medium, return back in the same medium, return back to the same medium. So that phenomenon we called as a reflection of light. With the ray of light which falls on any surface, it will return back in the same medium. So that phenomenon of light we called as a reflection of light. When the light will strike any surfaces, this reflection of light takes place in that case here. So this reflection of light takes place means it satisfies the two laws, or we are observed the two laws in case of this reflection of light. So those we call as the laws of reflection. So whatever the laws we are observed, that the first law is this angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. ನಮಗೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ನ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಆ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಮೆಷರ್ ಮಾಡಿದಾಗ ಸಹಿತ ಸೇಮ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ. ಮೀನ್ಸ್ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ಇನ್ಸಿಡೆನ್ಸ್ 30 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ 30 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ ರಿಫ್ಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ 40 ಡಿಗ್ರಿ ಇದ್ರೆ ಆಂಗಲ್ ಆಫ್ incident is also 40, means both are equal. So that we can write the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, Okay, it is a one law. In the same way, by observing the figure, we can say that this incident ray, reflected ray, incident ray, reflected ray, and a normal at the point of incidence. It is a what? A point of incidence. So all lies in the same plane. It is a plane, or we can say plane mirror. It is a plane. Okay, so incident ray, a reflected ray, and normal at the point of incidence. All lies in the what? Same plane. So that is the second law of reflection of light. We can write the incident ray, a reflected ray, and normal all lies in the same plane at the point of incidence, at the point of incidence. So these are the two laws of reflection of light. Observe carefully here. Now the reflection of light means what? Here, if the ray of light will falls on any surface, it will return back or bounce back in the same medium. That phenomenon we call as the reflection of light. The first law of reflection of light is the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, and the second law is the incident ray, a reflected ray, and normal at the point of incidence. All lies in the what? Same plane. So that is the second law of reflection of light. Okay, here after this is you have considered the plane mirror. But here suppose if the light which falls on the water, a spherical mirrors, we can see the different types of the mirrors is a plane mirror and a spherical mirrors. So in case of the spherical mirrors, what are these spherical mirrors means? So observe carefully here. All of you know the sphere. In that case, just you have taken the part hollow sphere, you have taken spherical mirrors. In case of the spherical mirrors, we have taken only the what? Hollow sphere. You know, hollow sphere means what? Empty inside that one. So this is the one sphere. So in this inside what? Empty. So in just you have taken the part. So this is the what? A part. And here also you have taken the a part. It's a what? A part. So here it contains the one side is reflecting surface, another side is a silver surface. So those type of the mirrors we call as the spherical mirrors. Now see here, this spherical mirrors are it is the part of an hollow sphere. It is a part of an hollow sphere. One side is a reflecting surface. And other side is silver. You are observed in your day-to-day life what we are using in the houses. Mirror we are using, that is the plane mirror. You can see one side we can see the what? Image formed by the mirror, and the other side it's a silver. In the same way, in case of the spherical mirrors also, so one side is what? It is a silver, and another side is the what? Reflecting surface. And what is a spherical mirror means? It is the part of an hollow sphere. Just we have taken only the part spirally hollow sphere. Hollow sphere means what? Inside empty. So that type of the hollow sphere we have taken, and in that just we have taken the part. So that part of the what? Hollow sphere, and having the two surfaces. One surface is the reflecting surface, another is the silver surface. So that type of the mirrors we call as the spherical mirrors. In the spherical mirrors, based on these reflecting surface and their action, so we are again classified as two types. So here types of spherical mirrors. So So types of the spherical mirrors. What are these types of the spherical mirrors? So here one is the concave mirror, one is the concave mirror, and other is the convex mirror. There is the convex mirror. There are two types of the spherical mirrors. These one is the concave mirror and another is the convex mirror. So what is the concave and what is the convex mirror? Observe carefully. So here first concave mirror. What is the concave mirror? So we know that concave mirror is the what? Spherical mirror. Concave mirror is the spherical mirror. In this case, how we can differentiate means in case of the diagram I am writing. So this is the one curved surface or part of the allosphere. So it is the outer face. I am going to make silvering. So here the outer surface is what? Silvered. Outer surface is silvered, and inner surface, it is the inner surface. So that is a reflecting surface. Reflecting surface. So here for these you can extend like this, we get the sphere. No? So here extend like this, we get the sphere, and it's in the center. Yes or no? So this is the center that is indicated with C. Now this mirror we call as a concave mirror. Observe carefully here. So this concave mirror is the what? A part. This concave mirror is the spherical mirror. Concave mirror is the a spherical mirror. So it contains the two surfaces. One is the silvered and another is the reflecting surface. And observe carefully what is the main difference is in case of concave and convex mirror. For this concave mirror, the center of curvature, see, the center is to whatever the reflecting surface is there, that is towards the center of the sphere. Okay, so we can write this concave mirror is the spherical mirror. Concave mirror is the spherical mirror, and the center of curvature or the center of the allosphere is towards the reflecting surface. Center of the sphere, spherical surface or sphere is towards the reflecting surface. So that mirror we call as a concave mirror. So in the same way, so convex mirror. So what is a convex mirror? Now see here the convex mirror. So here in case of the convex mirror also, it is a what? A spherical mirror. It is also having the two sides. One side is the what? Reflecting surface, another side is the what? Silvered. But in case of the convex mirror, here it is the inner surface is what? Silvered, and outer surface is the reflecting surface. It is silvered and it is a reflecting surface. Now here where is the center? This side only center of what? Sphere is there. So this is the center. Observe carefully here. For this this reflecting surface is what? Away from the center of curvature. So the convex mirror is the spherical mirror. The center of the curvature or center of the allosphere, center of the sphere or spherical surface is always away from the reflecting surface. So those mirror we call as the what? Convex mirror. Observe carefully. So that is the main difference between the concave and convex mirror. In case of the concave mirror, this center of curvature is towards what? Reflecting surface. In case of the concave mirror, but in case of the convex mirror, the center of curvature is towards the silhouette, which is away from the what? Reflecting surface. It is away from the reflecting surface. That is the main difference between the concave and convex mirrors. Okay, in case of here, some terms were observed related to this concave and convex mirrors. What are the important terms were observed in case of concave and convex mirrors? We are going to see. Okay. Observe carefully. Suppose here this is a concave mirror we have taken. So it is a concave mirror, and here, so in this mirror, outer surface is silver. The center portion of the mirror, in this, where is the center? It is the center portion of the mirror, that is we call as the pole of the mirror, or geometric center of the mirror. We call as the what? Pole of the mirror, that is indicated with P. Okay. Now, and it is having the what? A center. Somewhere it is having the a center. Like this here, it is having the a center. So that center of the sphere, allosphere, we call as the center of curvature, that is indicated with C. Now, if you can join this center of curvature and pole of the mirror with the line, so this is a line. By using the line, we have joined the center of curvature and pole, or we can say the line which is passed through the center of curvature and pole of the mirror, we call as the principal axis. Okay. Now see here, suppose whatever the distance exists between the center of curvature and pole of the mirror, you have taken as the radius of curvature. You know, in case of the circle, means from center to the what? Circumference, you have taken as the radius of curvature. In the same way, from the center to the what? Pole, you have taken as the radius of curvature. And suppose if the ray of light which falls on this mirror, okay, now these are the rays which is falls on the mirror. So after reflection, these will meet at a certain point. These reflected rays meet at a certain point. So that point we have taken as the principal focus. In case of the concave mirror, observe carefully. Whatever the distance exists between this principal focus and pole of the mirror is there, that we have taken as the focal length of the mirror, that is indicated with a small f. This is the focal length of the mirror. In the same way, this is a what? Concave mirror. It is similar for what? Convex mirror also. Now you can take one convex mirror. In this case, the inner surface is silver and outer surface is reflecting surface. The center portion of the mirror, you have taken as the pole of the mirror, that is indicated with what? P. And here it is having the center of curvature somewhere this side. It is opposite to the what? Reflecting surface. Now the line, this is the what? Center of curvature. Again, the line which is passed through the what? Center of curvature and pole of the mirror, we have taken as the principal axis. So this is the principal axis. And here again, suppose if the ray of light or beam of light is incident on this surface, so what happens? It is reflected back. So this is a reflected ray, but this reflected ray is appears to be coming from a certain point. So here this is a reflected ray, but this is appears to be coming from a what? A certain point. So that point we are taken as the focus, principal focus, that is indicated with the capital F. That indicates the principal focus. And whatever the distance is there from the principal focus to the pole of the mirror, that we are taken as the focal length of the mirror. So these are the terminologies we are seen in case of both concave and convex mirrors. So this is the convex mirror. Observe carefully here. So whatever the terms you have seen, the center of curvature, that is indicated with C, and pole of the mirror, that is indicated with the center of curvature is indicated with C, and pole of the mirror is indicated with the P, and the principal focus is indicated with the F, and the distance between the pole and focus you are taken as the focal length, that is indicated with a small f. Okay, and the line which is passed through the pole and the center of curvature we are taken as the principal axis. Now I am going to write the definitions for this. The first one is pole. So that is indicated with what? P. What is the pole? Pole is the geometric center of the mirror. Pole is the geometric center of the mirror. So it is what? Geometric center. Here also geometric center of the mirror. Next one is C, center of curvature. Center of curvature. What is the center of curvature? That is indicated with what? C. The center of curvature is what? Center of the sphere, hollow sphere. The center of curvature, or it is the center of the hollow sphere. Center of the hollow sphere. And here mirror forms a part, or mirror as a part. See, this is the water in the hollow sphere. Just you have taken the water mirror as the water part, but the center of curvature for the hollow sphere and this mirror is same. So that's why the center of curvature is the water, center of the